Well, here it is. It is a cloudy, rainy afternoon. Here it is, mid-May in Vest. Usually it's in the 80s by now. It's been an unusual year already weather-wise, that's for sure. So there's a few that just may not be bred. But over here, whoop, there they went out the door. Good view of them. Yeah. Crazy as March wind. I mean, they are nuts. Especially that big boy there in the door. Yeah. So on to our today's task. Kind of the plan was to get that one that's going to the processor and one other mama that currently doesn't have a baby on her side up in here for holding for the night and loading out of here, which that can be done, but I just need to solidify this a little bit because she's kind of a knothead, and she's kind of a knothead. Just saying. So this fence here needs to come out anyhow. It's just a trip hazard, hang up hazard. But I'm gonna see if I can pull this post up right here first. Yep, there we go. All right. So there's one post we can use to kind of solidify that a little bit. That's our chosen one right there. Boop. Is her mama. Those of you may be familiar with Pebbles. She's a knothead too. Okay, so that's done. That side of the panels are fairly secure. I've added a couple extra posts here on this side. Extended this a little bit, so hopefully that 10-foot gate will fit right in there. That's my hope. So that's next on the agenda, is to go get that gate and see if it fits. I just can't decide if I'm taking the tractor or if I'm just going to carry it over. Well, I opted just to go get the gate, and about halfway over here I was trying to figure out why I did that. Whew. It's not really that heavy. Oh yeah, it is. But it's also the fact that we moved a stove and refrigerator yesterday, just because it was our stove had went out, and the oven part had went out, and my wife also needed some more room for her sourdough, because that's taken off and doing very, very well. So we found something, and it's used, yes, but so far so good. I think it'll fill the bill. She's got room for a lot of her sourdough stuff, and then have an oven back. We'll see if we can get the old one fixed, and that way she'll have two, and maybe she won't have to spend so much time up at 4 o'clock in the morning and baking till 1 o'clock in the morning, if we can get her a couple of good ovens going. Well, it looks like we might have some more rain coming, so I'm gonna get this finished up and head back to the house real quick. Here's what I got. I'm gonna have to get another chain for this bottom here, or even a couple. I just mainly wanted to get this up so that when we try to bring her in tomorrow night, we'll probably move in one for her for company too, so she's not by herself. That kind of helps with the wandering part. All right, so I got that packed down a little bit there. Not wonderful. To do it right, I'd have to go get the bucket and do it, but it'll be better than what it was. So, a couple chains and a couple cows. That's all we need. I picked up some chains at work today to see if we can get this somehow solidified. I was going to use another gate over that side right here, whoops, right there, like I did over there or here, but unfortunately pigs have laid waste to the pig pen, and I've got to have that over there. So unfortunately the only thing I have is going to be one of these wire panels, which for a cow that ain't much, but for a pig it ain't much. Well, I guess about the only thing left to do is to grab some cubes and see what's what. Come on! Come on! Come on! Got her this far, but that ain't no guarantee that she's gonna stay. Alright, now I'm gonna go get these guys some cubes and lead them out the other way, just to kind of relieve some of the pressure here. Finally got that done. Now this has started boiling up out of nowhere, so I think we may be getting that cow some water and getting to the house. Problem we have our cows are about as spoiled as everything else we have. So they love that barn, of course, when it rains or get nasty weather, but unfortunately right now that's just not going to be an option. But I have to worry about them pushing their way in as much as I do about her pushing her way out. To try to get in there and get her water without everybody else storming them. Sometimes having spoiled animals can make things very, very difficult. You see how dark it's getting. Lightning's picking up pretty intently. Come on. Come on, Layla. No. No. Alright, I decided to use the tractor with the trailer because it just gives me a little bit more maneuverability. Problem is timing. I mean, if I can get her up, I'm going to have to move fast because it probably won't last long. Well, I'm running out of time. Got to have her to the processor by a certain time. I just don't think this is going to work. It's been a little bit since we've talked, and I do apologize for that, but it's been kind of crazy the last couple of weeks, getting back in the swing of the farmers markets after not being at the markets for several years, and trying to keep up with everything else has been problematic at best, but we're getting there. We're kind of getting our routine back. All right, so got several things to work on today. We have to pull rams. It's time for this breeding cycle to come to an end. So we have 4 rams with the breeder mamas out there that we need to get pulled out. We'll probably just put them back where we had the cows, back behind this barn, for a day or two. It's coming up to a kind of a sad time, in that the last couple of years we've been holding some of our own ewe lambs for replacement stock, which means those main herd sires that we have are their daddies. So we've been able to kind of control groups enough to limit daddies and daughters, but unfortunately it's time for them to go. And I hate it because we get very attached, and but unfortunately that's just going to be the way it is. So we've got Wiz, Bandit, and Martin that are going to need to be unfortunately moving on. Samson is the newest one, so he could probably go another year. We do have some replacements to come up, but it still doesn't make it any easier because, like I said, we get attached. Come back, unplug the fans. I'll leave the smaller fan running just for ventilation, but it's cooled off quite a bit. We really didn't have any rain last night, but it just wind blew and all that, and now it's much cooler, cloudy, as you can tell. So, all right. So another thing we're going to be working on today is we have several bigger ewe lambs, some of those that we probably may be keeping, that we'll need to sort out of here, and we're going to put them out on pasture, see how well they perform. So in addition to those, I also have to get hay for the table, as table hay is running low, so I need to get that bale replaced. I don't know why the cows are all, I don't know if you can see them over there or not, but they're all ganged up at the gate. I don't know why. In the process of getting hay, I've got to switch out some bales. Our hay supplier, which is also our neighbor, noticed that some of the last bales that we had were getting rough. It's like they turned, and we were just going to do the best we could with them, but he said, hey, don't do that. You know, you paid for that, and I want to make sure you get some good usable stuff. So switch those out with some of those other bales, and I said, man, I really appreciate that. So we're going to switch out those bales. There's only about 4 of them, so we'll get those switched out. I'll have to close the gate to keep the sheep from coming. Yeah, don't look at the weeds. That's just a product of it being so wet and can't spray, can't do much of anything. Anyhow, I'll have to get the gate put up to keep the girls from coming running when I go back there, so that I can move a bale up to get ready to go into the hay table this afternoon. They took all the rain out of the forecast. Now it's sprinkling. Yeah. But first things first, those of you that are familiar with the channel know that pretty much everything here is a process. I've got to get the tractor tank filled and the water tank, so I'll have back weight to move those bales. So I've got probably about a 30-minute wait for that. So in the meantime, I've fluffed some hay. I'm gonna go check on the pigs, and I may walk down and see what the deal is with the cows. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Okay, well, the water tank is almost full, but I'm hearing some thunder rumbles, so I think I'm gonna run to the house real quick and check the radar before I get started moving hay. I just realized what shirt I have on, so hopefully my girl won't burst into flames due a conflict. Huh. It's not funny, is it? Alright, so I've got 4 bales over here, so I'm going to grab those, move them over there. I'm assuming that's where he meant for me to take them. And then there's some more up there in the corner, and I'm going to grab some out of there. Got the bales swapped out, but I'm trying to clean up where one of these bales blew up some time ago. At least make sure I've got pretty much all the hay wrap and all that out of it, and move the majority of it somewhere. Well, got that one bale picked up pretty well where it was all piled up right there. I'll get this wrap here, see what other wrap I can pick up. Okay, there's that. And I think the only other is going to be, there was a bit somewhere right in front of these bales. I think I may have set the bales on top of them, it. I don't know. Okay, that's some of that. Oh, okay. There we go. All right. Just have to have a cube sack with me. We'll put it in there till I get back to the house. So I'm going to finish this video here, and pick up with sorting lambs and all that on the next one, and go from there. It's kind of depends on how I feel when I sit down at the editing table. So if you're a new subscriber, thank you very much. If you're a longtime subscriber, thank you very, very much. We greatly appreciate all of your support. Sorry, my glasses are giving me issues. We greatly appreciate all of your support. Never dreamed, even though we're a long way from our goal, we still really never believed that so many people would be interested in what we do on the farm. Thank you for your support, and always your viewership, your regular viewership. I can't say thank you enough. Have a great day, And we'll catch you next time here on the farm.